In these cages up here.
Oh, okay.
I don't recommend building them like I did. Lessons learned. I would use all wire. Mine were wood cages with wire bottoms, and also I had if you're familiar with a chicken tractor, this was a rabbit tractor. It was just a little movable pen where when I was growing out the kits, the babies, I would put them in that and just move them around the yard, and they would eat. The rabbits supplied most of their own food. The only time that I gave my rabbits actual pellets that I had to buy was when the does were lactating, right after they had the kits, and they were still feeding them. But after the kits get, I think it was 4 to 5 weeks old, the mother weans them naturally, so they would just they started out on grass, and the next picture is that's one of my rabbits. This is what it was. After a while, I planted these sunflowers around to provide shade, and then all the weeds that grew in there, that was my rabbit garden, so I didn't have to search the yard for clover and everything else I was feeding them. I could just walk outside the pen and cut it down and supplied it most of their food there.
That's really smart.
A lot of trial and error.
Can rabbits eat seaweed? I know chickens can.
It's a very limited supply. Rabbits are a little picky to start with. If you were to take a commercial breed rabbit like a New Zealand, is what I had, and you just went from pellet straight to all greens, they would die. They would get diarrhea, and they can't handle it. They don't have the microbes in their stomach to digest that. So if you buy your rabbit and you slowly introduce them to greens, and by the end of 3 or 4 months, they're on a complete hay and green diet. And here, there's plenty in the summertime weeds, and they can eat alder leaves. They can raspberries. They will chew up some raspberries like you wouldn't believe. The canes, thorns, and all. They'll eat the whole thing. So that was my fastest. That's the fastest I've ever built soil. 6 months and enough to cover my entire 40 by 20 garden area with compost. And I had every intention of doing something like this when I got here, but I'm renting, so I can only do so much.
So just to clarify, here in Ketchikan, you only use vegetable matter for your lasagna gardening. You never used,
so
were you able to get any manure, or did you use
I was
manure?
I was never able to get any manure. I take that back. I got a little bit from Richard when he had some chickens. It was kitchen scraps and sourcing from Safeway. They had every day you can go in there and fill a garbage bag, and that's a layer right there. And not only did I have the that one garden bed that I show you, I have 2 other 3x3 garden beds too that I was able to fill. They had hoop houses on them as well. They were small, but it was a ammo crate that I was able to get and cleaned it out and painted the inside and had a new garden bed. So.
I have a question. So I did the lasagna garden method. I mean, I